Right. So first and foremost, another segment here that is sponsored by BetUS. Big shout out to BetUS. I'm going to leave a poll. It seems like you guys like that. So I'm leaving a poll for the chat. I'm going to say, do you have faith that Mitch Johnson will fix his lineups? All right. And guys, I have nothing to say to anyone that actually believe that these lineups are fine and it's just the players. It's not just the players, okay? Definitely don't have a lot of talent, but yeah. So I'm gonna leave that poll there. We already have, dude, I posted like a second ago. We already have 30 people that voted already. Okay, so we'll look at that after this segment. All right, Mitchy boy, my boy Mitch Johnson, please, for the love of God, tell us that something's going to change. And can someone ask him about starting Chris Paul with Fox? Please, for the love of God. Please, can you explain? I need a in-depth breakdown of what he's saying that we aren't. I really need to know. I need to know, what coaching reason do you have? What statistic, analytics are you looking at that tells you that this is the most optimal starting lineup that you can roll with? Please. And why isn't Biyombo playing?
Maybe compared to the
Well, it's over now. He can't play because he got a 10-day contract. So that's over, guys.
first 13.
Yeah, even the last three quarters, right? I mean, this first quarter or second quarter, excuse me. I think we were down one in that quarter. I think our physicality or lack thereof to start the game and resistance was apparent, and they make shots regardless. So when you don't have
Spurs Insiders podcast says Chris Paul was guaranteed a starter role. Things change. I know that seems mean of me. I'm out of my tank phase, right? Like I told you guys when I wanted to tank. It was a whole season of nonstop arguing with other Spurs fans. We weren't getting a lot of views that season because people just turned off the TV. It was like Kendrick Lamar, right? They turned their TV off. But, you know, we stuck with it. We stuck to what we believed in, and I continuously argue with those people. But now I'm at a point where I don't care for any tanks, right? I think we're going to have two good first-round picks. We added Fox. That's a huge addition. And this is a really great draft, but, you know, I'm kind of hoping for the Atlanta Hawks to fall off a little bit. I hate that they're competing so well, but, yeah, I don't really want to tank anymore. I want playoffs, baby. I want play-in, and I want the playoffs now. I'm fully bought in now.
that resistance and physicality, you can have a quarter like that against them. And then on the other end, same thing. We just didn't get any pressure on the rim, no paint touches, didn't set good screen angles, didn't roll.
All that is true. But did he really say we didn't? He's arguing about the rebounds. Sohan was at center, mind you. When Wemby came out, Sohan was at center. This really sucks, bro. Sohan cannot get a break. I know that all of his statistics have improved since last year. Like, I think he's shooting 34% from three, 53% from the field. Like, he's doing well, but like he could be doing better. He's always out of position. It's crazy.
We just didn't get any pressure on the rim, no paint touches, didn't set good screen angles, didn't roll.
You know what it helped with pressure on the rim? Okay, I know I'm talking a lot. You know what it helped with pressure on the rim? What it helped with pressure on the rim is starting De'Aaron Fox without Chris Paul and not allowing Chris Paul to start the game off running the offense. To allow De'Aaron Fox just to run the offense. That will give you plenty of pressure on the rim consistently, I think. Was it last game that De'Aaron Fox had like 18 free throw attempts? Was it last game? It was one of these games. I can't remember which game it was. It was crazy though. Yeah, that'd help with rim pressure, I think. Now, if I was the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, I would suck. Okay, I would really suck. I'll just be honest with you, right? But yeah, I think that's a fine assessment on my part.
Roll. Didn't try to get to the paint for a teammate. A lot of things that we preached and a lot of things that when we've had rough patches, they've been a common theme. So we need to improve in some of those areas. So we try to mitigate some of that.
Starting 1 for 15 from 3 probably didn't help either.
It didn't, and you know what?
We started 1 of 15 from 3, bro. I didn't even know that.
I actually thought we missed some really good shots. I thought there was a stretch we took some poor ones, but I think early on we missed some really good shots. I know Harrison had a couple good ones. I think Fox had a good one, and that happens. But again, when you don't get to the paint or put pressure on the rim consistently, now you're really almost in desperation mode to make those shots. Where instead those shots.
You know what else to help with pressure on the rim? You take Chris Paul at the starting lineup. You start Jeremy Sohan, top 3 in the NBA, and pick and roll finishes. And you're also starting De'Aaron Fox at point guard, who's one of the best pick and roll playmakers in the NBA. And you're going to get more pressure on the rim. That'll help a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a tiny bit. Maybe.
Should almost be the complementary that start your runs for you.
You mentioned physicality, and that can also show up in the rebounding numbers, which you guys were out rebounded again tonight. Is there a point in there where you're starting to think about Biyombo just to mix things up?
Oh, thank God. They asked about Biyombo. Guys, they asked about Biyombo. I'm like afraid to press play. What do you think is going to come out of this? Oh, just listen to that question again. It made me, I love hearing that question. Oh, I love it.
Physicality, and that can also show up in the rebounding numbers, which you guys were out rebounded again tonight. Is there a point in there where you're starting to think about Biyombo just to mix things up?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think tonight, it's sometimes counterintuitive against them. It's a lot of long shots, long rebounds. A lot of shots that were missed by us and went over our head. It wasn't the being bullied down low and a lack of physicality. I'm sure there was a couple, but I think some of that discipline of understanding, when they shoot threes, those misses aren't the same as misses at the rim.
That's the answer? He's right. He is right. I think the Celtics took like 50-something threes, and we took a bunch of threes that we were missing. I definitely think, though, first off, I don't think we should have taken so many threes. I mean, we ended up shooting 23%. So at some point, we should tell them, hey, stop shooting threes. Stop taking so many threes. Try to get to the paint. But I definitely think Biyombo would have helped with some of the at least boxing out. If Biyombo's out there with Wemby at times or out there with Sohan, I think that he boxes out, and I think Wemby and Sohan are quick enough to be able to get to some of those rebounds. Hawks lost. Thank God. Thanks, guys. That's some good news for tonight. Anyways, yeah. Am I crazy in that thinking? What do you think, chat? It's like he's right. He's like, well, a lot of the threes, just kind of going over head, yada yada yada. But a lot of the threes also were just bad shots we took. So we shouldn't have taken so many. Yes, you crazy. Not too far-fetched, Clan. I'm good with that take. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things, man, where it's like, okay, you want to put rim pressure. We don't really have the personnel out there to give that rim pressure that we might need. Anyways, all right, moving on. I definitely think Biyombo helps with their rebounding. He is right, though. There were some very long rebounds in this game. But when you don't have anybody to really box out at all, I mean, it doesn't help you.
You talked about a pregame about kind of having a few days to think about.
And also, we only have Biyombo on a 10-day contract. Why not play him a little bit and just see what we got here? If this can play out for the rest of the season or not? I don't get it. Maybe they just re-sign him, though. I don't know.
The new face of the team or the new look of the team with De'Aaron, do you think that will give you time to give you some new stuff when you come back?
I think so. I think we have to, evaluate this small sample size, but things that we've seen, things that we've learned. It's hard, we just go into game after game right now, so we're trying to do things on the fly. But I think to be able to catch our breath and really dig in to see what we want to.
I see a lot of Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, no effort, box out, and defense. Keldon just seems to. I mean, he's already flat-footed, but he seems to just be on his heels all the time, man. Like just I don't know. Defensive stance seems really bad. He also seems a little depleted after the whole trade rumor thing, because I'm almost guaranteed that he was told that he might end up being moved. And then that Luka trade helped a lot, made it where the Spurs didn't have to give up Keldon. But he just seemed depleted ever since. I don't know.
Invest our money into for the final third of the season.
Clan Keldon is playing worse since we got Fox. Yeah. I mean, he played really well that one game. I think he had 24 points or something like that. And we saw him in the post game, and he just seemed so down. It was like he was just kind of mentally prepared to leave. I think Keldon just knows that time is coming. I'm not trying to play armchair psychologist here with our players or anything, but it just seemed really strange how sad he was after a good performance, and then all the rumors, and we knew that the Spurs could potentially move him. So
doesn't mean it's right, but at least we'll have some time to make some decisions.
Money meaning time and minutes and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, in combinations. Yeah, we have a unique blend of roster and people that we're trying to play, and sometimes one person that goes in here affects the whole ecosystem of everybody else. And so whether that's us putting better combinations together, putting them in better environments, and the guys also really committing to wanting to play for each other, understanding that there's a lot of minutes and shots that have to be dispersed, and those shots are always better when guys get to the paint and we make connecting plays.
Now that there is a break, and it's like you said, coming up on the last third of the season, it's time to kind of, fans back home wonder what the goal is for this last part of it. Is it continuing to find those combinations that you can rely on for the next several years? Is it still, try to make this play in? How do you kind of balance those two things?
I don't even see how we're trying to find the combination of players that you can depend on. These rotations have been really bad. As far as that's concerned, I mean, the same guys have played. I think the Spurs have probably made up their mind on Keldon Johnson by now, right? Sohan, he's one that's going to be for the future. I mean, they've indicated that. Victor, one of the future. Vassell, I don't think the Spurs want to come off Vassell. Fox is for the future. Near future, that is. Yeah, I don't know. Why not the rest of the season just be dedicated to trying to make it to the play-in? I mean, why not?
It's a balance.
What more information are we going to get out of some of these players at this point? I don't know. He said it's a balance.
And that's what we're going to do. We're trying to win games, and we're trying to get people better, and we're trying to learn about our guys and move this thing forward in the right way. And, we're not going to do anything that we don't feel like is moving towards the right way.
And elaborating on that, with the All-Star break approaching, how do you assess the progress the team has made this season, and what will the focus be moving forward?
I think the team has made tremendous strides in their consistency and their maturity and trying to play and execute in what we ask, and I think that's going to be the continued goal. And I think anytime you improve, expectations come with that. I think anytime you add a good player, expectations come with that. And I think that we will be stubborn and not skipping steps and trusting that we're going to go about this the right way while also being maniacally about trying to win and compete.
The guys that aren't flying from here.
All right, so before we get to that last question, just really quick, we'll do a quick break here. All right, quick break. And thank you so much for you guys that's liking this stream, leaving comments in the chat. That's really cool. I really do appreciate it. All right, so big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. As always, if you guys are interested in BetUS whatsoever, please head on over to betus.com. Use promo code YouTube150 and you'll receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your second and third deposits, up to $2,000. And if you go here, usually I just go to basketball. And there's so many different things. Oh, wait, I missed NBA specials last time. Okay. What is the NBA special on Luka Doncic? Luka Doncic and LeBron James to record 30 points each versus Dallas Mavericks on February 25th. That is very specific. That is very specific. Both of them have to have 30 points. I feel like the money line should be higher for that one. I'm not. But they said both record 35 points. I don't like that one. Let's see. Luka Doncic's total points versus Dallas Mavericks on 25th. Okay. More than 40 points. I'm with it. 15 give you 45. I can deal with that. I didn't mean to hit that. Place bet. Confirm it. I can get with that. Anyways, if you guys are interested, head on over to betus.com. All right. Okay. Let's finish this. Here we go.
Across the country to be a part of All-Star, what do you hope those guys get out of the break? The guys that aren't part of that.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a hellacious run, right? You go back to New York and Christmas and LA for a week and Paris for a week and game after game and now the rodeo. And again, everyone has a story and everyone's season's long, but I hope everybody just does what they need to do. Some people need to get away from basketball. Some people need to sleep in. Some people need, whatever, have a peanut butter and jelly and not have to eat healthy, a day or two. I don't know. But I hope they, safe travels, and when we get back this thing, that's ripping and running. So we got to hit the ground, ready to go.
I think the Spurs get 44 wins. I'm going to stick with my 44 wins, okay? I know we've been really negative lately, but I believe in my Spurs. If we don't start Chris Paul and Fox together all the time. Let's stop doing that, please.
Thank you.
All right, safe travels.
All right, that was it. All right, so let's look at the poll here. How many people believe that Mitch Johnson will turn this thing around? All right, so thus far we got 144 votes. Been going on for 16 minutes. 145 votes now. And this is what it's looking like right now. We got 24% say yes, and we have a whopping 76% say no. Well, I don't know what to say to that. I clicked yes by accident. So the percentage is actually quite worse than that. I wonder if the other 23%, accidentally hit yes as well. I think the Spurs will get it together. I think they will figure it out. I think that this break will do us some good. I think we'll be able to have that conversation with Chris Paul. I think we go on a nice little winning spree at the end of the season, okay? That's what I think. 44 wins. I'm going to stick with it. I think I might have hit yes by mistake as well. Oh, God. Okay. So I have no faith. Let Mikasa be our head coach. You hear that, girl? They want you. Wait, you guys can't see her. Look. Hold on. Wait, you guys can't see. Hold on. Mikasa, look up here. Look up here. Hey. Look. There we go. You guys can see her a little bit. There you go. They believe in you, girl. All right. Anyways, yeah. Don't look like we're that optimistic, huh? I went to pick up my phone and touched one of the votes options on accident. I'm not sure which one. Oh, God. Is that 44 wins next season? I say this season. G-Money. I say this season. You can do it, Mikasa. I heard we're soft tanking. Everyone's saying that. I don't think that. I don't know. I don't even think a 500 team, a near 500 team is soft tanking, but who knows? Horrible. Anyways, end in segment. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment.